the representative of the EAC, our esteemed board members, the Director Generals of the Bank of South Sudan, our key stakeholders, the Commercial Bank, the MNOs, the media, and the staff at large. Good morning. I will not take you through the technical part of the system, but I would rather reflect on the journey, how we came to today, why we are launching today. Let me start like this. In 2019, there was a tripartite agreement that was signed between the African Development Bank, the East African Community, Ministry of Finance, represented by the Bank of South Sudan, and these three parties had different roles to play in the implementation of the national payment system, or the national payment system in the Republic of South Sudan. Bank of South Sudan was tasked to execute all the activities of the project. African Development Bank as a grantor of the grant, East African Community to execute on behalf of the Bank of South Sudan. And I would like to acknowledge the presence of the project manager who has been with us all this time, since that journey, since 2019 until today. Mr. Razia, maybe you can stand up so that people can see you. We are honored to have her here. She has been very helpful. She has really been doing a lot on behalf of Bank of South Sudan. She has been the project manager sitting in Arusha, making all the correspondence to African Development Bank, to the Bank of South Sudan, and to all our development partners, and all the procurement process were executed by her. Not to forget a very important gentleman, Mr. Isaiah Odua, who is also here with us. He's from the EAC Secretariat, who has been helping us technically in ICT side. Mr. Isaiah, you can stand up so that people can see you. Our sister in our absentia, Ms. Grace, who is the task force manager of African Development Bank. She has been sitting in Nairobi, but supporting this project tirelessly from day one. I always call her at 10 in midnight, and she could still pick my calls. I would like to acknowledge her by maybe giving a round of applause to her in our center. Not to forget my colleagues who have been really working hard with me during that journey. There are four, and I will read their name. Maybe they can stand up so that people can recognize you and maybe give a hand to you. I will start with Mr. Spotty Yassin, Sarah Simon Quell, Mogajev Morris, and maybe myself. So this has been a very long journey. It was not an easy journey. It was with a lot of turbulence. We faced a lot of challenges, both internally and externally. So during that period, National Payment System was a small division under banking operation, as mentioned before by our DG. It was a very small division under banking operation. So we got a huge support from the African Development Bank through the EAC, where they recruited a technical consultant to do what is called institutional capacity assessment, in which they procured a consultant from one of the countries, a very small country in Europe. It was from Moldova. He used to be the former director of National Payment System of the Bank of Moldova. He was onboarded by both the EAC and African Development Bank and Bank of South Sudan. He's called Mr. Igor. I also would like to recognize him because he worked tirelessly during COVID. And remember, before COVID, people were not used to logging into Zoom or team meetings. People were reluctant to use Zoom. Rather, we were using physical meeting. So during that period, Mr. Igor was able to deliver this project virtually, and we got used to virtual call. Until today, we should call ourselves we are the best on the virtual call as a national payment system because of that experience we had with Mr. Igor. I would like, with a round of applause, to just recognize Mr. Igor, who is not present here, but I will brief him today. He has really helped to establish the National Payment System Department of today. Why will he? So, Mr. Igor helped us to establish the department. It was not easy because the department did not exist. So it was very difficult because the function of the National Payment System were decentralized in the central bank, and it was really very difficult to identify where this function are sitting in the central bank. So what it did, virtually, had to train as a department. How do we get this function that are sitting in different departments within the central bank? So he advised us the same approach that he was approaching Moldova, that we should do a capacity building to all those departments that are holding our function. So it was very easy for us to go out and train, do some meetings with different departments where our function was sitting, and it was very easy for us now to consolidate all the functions that were not sitting with the national payment system. So the department was established in 2022, and today we are fully fledged, as alluded before by DE. We are a fully fledged department with 27 staff that are professional, as mentioned by our DG. So we are fully staffed and we are running the department as we speak. We did not stop there. It was a journey. The same EAC had to sit, represented by Teresia, and we say, no, what kind of national payment system do we need to have in the Republic of South Sudan? So Teresia, and with coordination with my team, what she did was to develop a term of reference, to develop what is called a vision and a strategy for the national payment system of the Republic of South Sudan. So the same project procured a consultant. It was also during COVID. A consultant was procured to develop the vision and the strategy and looked and deep dive exactly what kind of payment system do we need to have in the Republic of South Sudan. So we succeeded. The term of reference was developed, we reviewed, and it was put out across all the websites in the world by the EAC, and we were able to get a consultant from one of the countries who was able to develop the vision and the strategy for the national payment system in the Republic of South Sudan. So that was accomplished and by the EAC. Another one, we did not stop there because you cannot just have and arrive here today. Very important one is to have the laws. The same EAC through African Development Bank also thought of let's come up with the legal and regulatory framework. Let's maybe recruit a consultant. By the way, national payment system law is not learned at university. It's still a new phenomenon in the world. So you cannot learn national payment system law at the university. So it was right time now the EAC took upon themselves and they thought we'd come up with a term of reference where we should get now the legal consultant from one of the countries. So we worked on the TOR with the team and the EAC and the AFDB and make sure that we have the legal framework. It was developed, the consultant was procured, and we got the consultant. As we speak now, we have the draft National Payment System Act that is still sitting in our institutions that support the laws in this country. But of course, it will be enacted in due course. But we did not stop there. We thought maybe we'll come up with regulations that we can use to operate this system we are launching today. We did not stop there. It was not enough to arrive to where we are today. The same EAC and AFDB thought of now that we have our in-house, we have enabled our environment, we have the law, we have the strategy, we have the department. It is the right time for us now to have a technical consultant to look into the system itself. What kind of system do we really need to have in this country? So through AFDB and EAC, term of reference was developed to look and procure a technical consultant to look into our system. What kind of system do we need to have? And that consultant worked. We were very lucky to get one of the old men. I'm really sorry he's not here today, and he apologized on his own behalf. He just got a fracture on his leg, and he could not travel. He's based in the US. He apologized. He was supposed to arrive yesterday, but because you got an accident and you could not make it. So in the next 3 months, you will be on bail. That's why he did not arrive yesterday. So we were very lucky to get a Senegalese old man who developed our system specification, a very unique system that does not exist in any of the country in the region, maybe one, and I will mention. The system he thought he should have for this country, and to his own knowledge, he said this country is a new country, and he's going to have a gift to this country, the Republic of South Sudan, being the only new country in the world. So let me just thought of a system that I should provide for you, a very unique system. And what is that system? You call it the state-of-the-art. The state-of-the-art automated transfer system, ATS Plus. And then he added the component of Blast. Blast component is very unique. It is IFT, to act like a switch, which will not be implemented at this stage. We will have, maybe in the next 2 to 3 months, we might also thought of implementing the IFT. So that consultant thought, let me come up with a very unique system to this country of mine. And that was his last consultancy. By the way, he's very old, and he said, this is going to be my last consultancy, and let me recommend the best system for this new country, the ATS Plus that we are launching today. And he went ahead and said, let me not stop there. Let me just say, and I will name that system for you. And how we name that system, we name it to be called South Sudan Interbank Payment and Settlement System. That name arrived from our brother Habib, who is not here. I will appreciate if you can just give a round of applause to him. So that this system exists in only 2 countries. It only exists in Congo, that he consulted in. It also exists in Somalia. So we will be the 3rd country that this system is going to exist in the ATS Plus that we are having today. It's a very unique system, very simple to use, and I'll just break it down just to understand, but technically later on when you'll be shown the demo, you'll understand what an ATS Plus is. But ATS Plus basically is a combination of real-time gross settlement, that's for Interbank. Real-time gross settlement, just for Interbank, credit transfer, financial institution transfer, how Bank A can transfer to Bank B in a very fast, cost-effective manner. That's a very short definition, but you will continue to understand as you look at the demo. That's the meaning of ATS Plus. And then there's an element of automatic clearing house. As mentioned before by the Chair, Bankers Association, it has been hectic and also time-consuming because it is also costly, where commercial bank every morning, they send a clearing official to the central bank every morning at 10. They go to central bank to exchange check with different banks, and then go back at 2. They also come back, which is time-consuming. This system, commercial bank will not be coming to central bank anymore. You'll be working on your desk. That's what this system is coming to address. This manual process of clearing checks and working with checks. You deposit you write a check to someone, take 2 days or more, it will not be there. As long as you have funds in your account, that check will be cleared in real time. That's the meaning of this system. So thank you very much. I thought to take you through this short journey we came in. We did not end there. This journey was with a lot of challenges, both internally and externally. But let me just touch base on the external challenges, and I will come to internal challenges. The external challenges we face is because the way this project was designed, the tripartite arrangement that was put in place, where the EAC, we only communicate through the East African community, rather we communicate to African Development Bank. It was not a direct implementation, it was through another party. We faced a lot of challenges where the procurement process used to delay. However, we used to maneuver because of the agility we had with my own team. That's why we arrived here today. Another internal challenge was the issue of capacity. We did not understand what a national payment system was. That's why we used to have those internal resistance from this different department when we require information. However, with the resilience of my team, we were able to maneuver and arrive to where we were arriving at that moment. So, dear Honorable Minister, Governor, and the invited guests, thank you very much. I thought just to tell you through the reflection of the journey we have gone through towards the tough journey, but here we have arrived. Thank you very much.